In the heart of Andalusia, beneath a sky shimmering with stars, a young shepherd named Santiago dreamt a vivid dream. He saw himself transported to a land of pyramids and shifting sands, a place both alluring and unknown. An Egyptian fortune teller whispered of a treasure buried near the pyramids. Guided by an intuition he couldn't quite explain, Santiago sought out a gypsy woman known for her wisdom and her ability to interpret dreams. She spoke of omens and signs, of a personal legend that awaited him. Days turned into nights, and still, Santiago wrestled with his dream. He realized that true happiness lay not in clinging to the familiar, but in embracing the unknown. To ignore this calling would be to deny a part of himself. With a deep breath and a newfound resolve, Santiago made his decision. He would sell his flock and journey to the pyramids. Santiago embarked on his journey, carrying only the essentials and the weight of his dream. He met Melchizedek, the king of Salem, who spoke of omens and personal legends. Melchizedek revealed, when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. Seeking further guidance, Santiago sought out a gypsy woman. She spoke of a great treasure awaiting him but warned of challenges and sacrifices ahead. The bustling port city of Tangier greeted Santiago with a dizzying array of sights and sounds. He encountered a charismatic stranger who offered guidance but ultimately tricked him, stealing his money. Alone and penniless, Santiago felt a wave of despair. Had he been a fool to follow a dream? Despondent but determined, Santiago found work at a crystal shop. The crystal merchant offered him a job, and Santiago's hard work rekindled his dreams. Even in setbacks, the universe conspired to teach him valuable lessons. Santiago suggested offering mint tea to customers, which became a success. He began to understand the interconnectedness of all things and the importance of listening to his intuition. Each challenge was an opportunity for growth. With his savings replenished, Santiago felt a pull towards the desert. He bid farewell to the crystal merchant and joined a caravan bound for Egypt. The desert revealed its secrets, teaching him the language of the wind and the stars. The desert was a canvas upon which the universe painted its wonders. Among his fellow travelers, Santiago found companionship and wisdom. He befriended a young camel driver and an Englishman who spoke of alchemy. Santiago was drawn into the enigmatic world of alchemy, seeing a connection to his own journey. As the caravan traversed the desert, Santiago saw it as a place of hidden beauty and profound lessons. He began to understand the language of the world and the interconnectedness of all things. The treasure he sought was a journey of self-discovery. The oasis emerged as a beacon of life in the heart of desolation. Santiago felt a stirring in his soul that whispered of destiny. He met a young woman named Fatima, whose presence brought him peace. In her presence he felt a calmness he had not realized he was seeking. The oasis, a crossroads for travelers from distant lands, pulsed with a vibrant energy, a tapestry of languages and laughter woven into the fabric of daily life. Santiago, drawn to the wellspring of wisdom that seemed to emanate from this sacred place, found himself seeking out the company of its elders, their faces etched with the stories of generations past. Word reached him of a man who lived on the outskirts of the oasis, a man known simply as the Alchemist. Rumors swirled around him like the desert wind. Some whispered of his ability to transform metal into gold, others spoke of his profound connection to the soul of the world. Intrigued and emboldened by a growing sense of purpose, Santiago sought him out. He found the alchemist tending a small garden, his movements imbued with a quiet grace, his presence radiating an aura of peace that permeated the air around him. Santiago, humbled by the encounter, shared his story, his voice barely a whisper as he spoke of his dream, his journey, his longing to fulfill his personal legend. The alchemist listened intently, his gaze unwavering, his silence speaking volumes. When Santiago finished his tale, the alchemist spoke, his voice a low rumble that resonated deep within Santiago's being. "The only way to learn is through action," the alchemist said, his words piercing through the veil of Santiago's doubts. "Follow the omens, listen to your heart, and you will find your treasure." The days that followed were a whirlwind of emotions for Santiago. He found himself torn between the allure of Fatima's love, her laughter a soothing balm to his weary soul, and the call of his personal legend, the whisper of the desert wind urging him towards the pyramids. One evening as the sky blazed with the colors of a desert sunset, Santiago confessed his turmoil to Fatima. He spoke of his love for her, the way she made his heart sing, but also of the dream that beckoned him, the treasure he sought. Fatima, her eyes shimmering with unshed tears, listened with a wisdom that belied her years. "I love you," she said, her voice soft but unwavering, "and I will wait for you. Your destiny lies beyond this oasis, but my heart will remain here, a beacon to guide you home when your journey is complete." Her words, a testament to the depth of her love and the strength of her spirit, released Santiago from the shackles of his indecision. He realized that true love did not bind or restrict, but rather empowered and set free. With a heart full of gratitude and a renewed sense of purpose, Santiago made a decision. He would continue his journey, guided by the love of Fatima and the wisdom of the alchemist, knowing that his true treasure lay not just at the end of his quest, but in the journey itself. With a heavy heart but a spirit emboldened by love and purpose, Santiago bid farewell to the oasis, its verdant embrace fading into a distant memory as he ventured deeper into the heart of the Sahara. The desert, once a formidable obstacle, now felt like a familiar companion, its silence a canvas upon which the symphony of his destiny unfolded. He journeyed alongside the alchemist, their camels moving in silent synchronicity across the undulating dunes. The old man, a beacon of wisdom and quiet strength, taught Santiago to observe the subtle signs of the desert, to decipher the language whispered on the wind, to trust in the inherent wisdom of his own heart. Their journey, however, was not without its perils. As they approached the ancient land of the pyramids, a palpable tension descended upon the desert air. Tribal conflicts simmering beneath the surface like embers in the sand, erupted with a sudden and fierce intensity. One fateful evening, as the sun cast long shadows across the dunes, their path was blocked by a band of warriors, their eyes fierce, their spears glinting menacingly in the fading light. Fear, primal and instinctive, surged through Santiago, threatening to extinguish the flickering flame of his resolve. He looked to the alchemist, seeking guidance, reassurance, but the old man's face remained impassive, his gaze fixed on the horizon. Surrounded by the hostile tribesmen, their escape seemingly impossible, Santiago felt a wave of despair wash over him. The dream, the treasure, the journey itself, all seemed to slip away like grains of sand through his fingers. Was this the end, he wondered, his heart pounding against his ribs like a captive bird? The alchemist, his voice calm amidst the rising tension, stepped forward. He spoke to the tribesmen not of surrender but of destiny, of a young man's quest to fulfill his personal legend, a journey that had led him across continents and into the heart of their sacred land. He spoke of omens and signs, of a power that transcended language and tribe, a power that resided within the soul of the world itself. The tribesmen, their faces etched with suspicion and curiosity, listened intently. They had lived their lives according to the rhythms of the desert, their beliefs rooted in the tangible world of sand and sky. The alchemist's words, however, hinted at a different kind of magic, a power that resonated with something ancient and primal within their own souls. To prove his words, the alchemist challenged Santiago to demonstrate his connection to the soul of the world. He instructed Santiago to transform himself into the wind, a feat that seemed impossible, even absurd, in the face of such imminent danger. Yet, in that moment of crisis, with his life hanging in the balance, Santiago knew he had a choice: to succumb to fear or to embrace the unknown with every fiber of his being. Closing his eyes, Santiago took a deep breath, drawing strength from the silence of the desert, the memory of Fatima's love, the unwavering belief in his own destiny. He recalled the alchemist's words: "When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it." And in that moment, he surrendered to the unknown, allowing the desert wind to flow through him, carrying away his doubts, his fears, his very sense of self. He felt a surge of energy course through his veins, a tingling sensation that spread from the tips of his fingers to the depths of his soul. The world around him seemed to dissolve, the boundaries between his physical form and the surrounding landscape blurring, merging, becoming one. He was no longer separate, but a part of something vast and interconnected, a single note in the symphony of creation. The tribesmen watched in awe and trepidation as the wind picked up around Santiago, swirling faster and faster, transforming from a gentle breeze into a roaring vortex of sand and energy. The desert itself seemed to awaken, responding to Santiago's transformation, its ancient power flowing through him, amplifying his connection to the soul of the world. With a final surge of energy, Santiago became the wind. He felt himself lifted, carried aloft by an invisible force, his physical form dissolving into a swirling column of sand that danced across the desert floor. The tribesmen, their faces etched with a mixture of fear and reverence, shielded their eyes from the blinding light that emanated from the heart of the storm. Santiago had faced his fear, embraced the unknown, and in doing so he had discovered a power he never knew he possessed. A power that connected him to the very essence of creation. The desert wind, now a gentle breeze, carried Santiago towards his destiny. He arrived at the pyramids, their ancient majesty casting long shadows across the shifting sands. A wave of awe washed over him, the culmination of his arduous journey, the realization of a dream that had once seemed impossible. The pyramids, shrouded in an aura of mystery and timelessness, stood as silent sentinels, guarding secrets whispered on the winds of time. Guided by a combination of intuition and the alchemist's cryptic clues, Santiago found himself drawn to a specific spot amidst the sprawling necropolis. He felt a tremor of anticipation, a knowing deep within his soul that this was the place, the culmination of his quest, the unveiling of his personal legend. With trembling hands he began to dig, each grain of sand slipping through his fingers a testament to the miles he had traveled, the challenges he had overcome. As he dug deeper, his excitement grew, fueled by the belief that he was on the verge of unearthing a treasure beyond his wildest dreams. Hours turned into a blur of exertion and anticipation. The sun, a relentless eye in the sky, beat down on his back, but still, he dug, driven by a force greater than himself, a force that whispered of destiny and reward. He knew in his heart that he was close, that the treasure was within reach, that his journey was about to culminate in a moment of triumph. Suddenly, a rough hand grabbed him, pulling him away from the hole. He looked up to see a group of ragged men, their eyes gleaming with avarice, their faces hardened by the unforgiving desert. They mocked his quest, his naive belief in buried treasure, his foolish pursuit of a dream. Despondent and defeated, Santiago watched as the men ransacked his meager belongings, scattering his few possessions across the sand. One of them, his laughter echoing cruelly in the stillness of the desert, held up a small object, a crystal, catching the light of the setting sun. "This is all you came for?" the man sneered, tossing the crystal dismissively into the sand. "This worthless trinket?" Santiago stared at the crystal, his mind racing. It was then that he remembered the words of the crystal merchant, his gruff wisdom echoing across the miles. Even in the harshest desert, beauty can be found if one knows where to look. As he looked around at the vast expanse of the desert, the majestic pyramids silhouetted against the fiery sunset, a profound realization washed over him. The treasure he sought was not a chest of gold, but the journey itself, the lessons learned, the transformation he had undergone. He had found his treasure not in a distant land but within himself. His personal legend had been fulfilled. Santiago returns to Spain and uncovers a chest of gold and jewels beneath the sycamore tree. The treasure is real, but his journey has given him something even greater: wisdom, love, and a profound connection to the universe. He now understands that his personal legend was not just about finding treasure, but becoming the person he was meant to be. With his quest complete, Santiago returns to Fatima, ready to live his life fully. The Alchemist is more than just a story. It's a guide to understanding life's purpose. It teaches us to trust our dreams, embrace challenges, and listen to the whispers of our hearts. So what is your personal legend? What treasure are you seeking? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this journey inspiring, please like, share, and subscribe for more book summaries that spark the imagination and soul. And if you haven't yet, grab a copy of The Alchemist to begin your own adventure. Thanks.